Okay, well, I'm not getting old, I am old, so... Okay, do you want to start recording, boss?
Recording now, boss.
Okay.
Are we all here?
Yes,
well,
we are
unfortunately, Mori is not with us. So, and we are missing Ichiro, sadly. He died, but Doc is here, and I have worked up a new character with him. So, just a quick recap. Last week, you dealt with a bunch of bandits who'd been raiding merchants on the road north from Nobeoka, and they'd also had a couple on the road southwest from Nobeoka as well, although you hadn't heard about those. And unfortunately, it was a very tough fight, leaving one member of the party on his feet at the end of it. Congratulations to the leader of the party, Kosa, on being the last man standing. Anyway, having bandaged various people's wounds and brought them back to consciousness, Kosa nipped back to town, spoke with Wonshu, who threw out all the stops, and a party of about 13 individuals returned to the village. And healing was done by the priest from the Buddhist temple, and most of you, I believe, are almost back to normal. And the two cargos were loaded up with the bodies of Ichiro and your friend from the docks. What was his name again?
Yonetsu.
Yonetsu, that's it. And you made your way back to Nobeoka. And you just reached Nobeoka when we decided it was getting rather late and we'd best stop. So, the date is 6th Kikuzuki. The weather is a light breeze from the west and light cloud overhead, so it's a nice day generally, even if it's getting a little bit cooler these days. And you are passing through the gates of Nobeoka. The guards... What's their reaction to seeing this? Oh. The guards actually nod politely and usher you, let you through without any trouble whatsoever. They've obviously heard of your success in defeating the bandits.
That's us obviously getting the respect we deserve, isn't it?
You going to strut, Kyūryū, or
No, I'm not. I'm still humble.
hobbling?
Yeah, I'm hobbling. I've been pretty injured, like, so yeah, hobbling a little bit, limping.
Okay, not so much humbled as hobble.
I think I'm back up to full hit points. Actually, I think the priest healed me. Yeah, I'm all good.
Good. Anyway, you are let into the town, and the your friend from the temple will inquire as to what your intentions are for the two bodies. Murasama Kumon will ask whether they are you wish his temple to carry out funerals, or are other aspects to be dealt with first.
I don't know. Are we in favour of taking Ichiro's body back to the village?
Yeah,
I suggest we do that. We can give his family his share of the loot.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think weren't we going to give them a bigger share? Weren't we going to give them someone else's share as well?
No.
No, okay. But we need to make sure that he gets back to his family so that they can tell us how they want him to be.
And the same with Yonetsu. We'll take his body to his family, and then when we get the money in that, we'll give him his share. His share.
Yep.
Okay, Wonshu can find out where Yonetsu's family were. He has no relatives in Nobeoka itself.
In that case, I suggest we take up the priest's offer of dealing with his body, because we don't want it lying about for very long.
No.
Well, If you are intending to take Ichijo's body back to Hanamishisu, then the priest offers to, if you bring it to the temple, they will kind of wash and prepare the body and dress it in the appropriate garments.
Certainly, we'll do that.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. The 4 cargo bearers will carry the bodies to the Kozanji temple. And Wonshu will lead you and the 6 porters back to the docks. Ooh. Well, that was a job and a half.
Certainly was.
Sure was.
Anyway, so one thing that did happen on that quest was that Kosa achieved 2nd level. I believe Kosa has more than the 10 Budo and on that are necessary.
Yep.
In fact, he's halfway. Well, he's got 15 and a half, so he's well on the way to the next level. So you have achieved 2nd level. So should we deal with that now, Kosa?
Yep. Okay. I shall roll my hit dice.
Okay. So you roll a D10 for your hits.
Yes. Pretty good.
Oh dear. What did you roll?
An 8.
An 8. A 9 at
Pretty
first level. An 8 at 2nd level.
Very nice.
Your permanent hits have now gone up to 30. Pretty tough. Your level has got up to 2. So if we just change that on your character sheet as well.
Has he got reduced health then?
He has a health of 21.
Well, 20.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Hang on a second.
38 in mine.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, it should be
because
30.
that's because we haven't put the level up to 2 yet. As soon as we change the number in cell C5 to
So
2,
try to change that.
your hits immediately go up to
Yes.
38.
As if by magic.
Nice.
Yes, I'm sorry, this spreadsheet's too intelligent, isn't it?
Just too good to us, Dave.
Oh, I do my best.
Too clever, Dave, mate. Too clever.
I'm not as good to you as Uncle is, of course.
Of course. Oh man.
Okay, so your final BCS has gone up by another 1 due to your level.
Very
So
nice.
you now have an Atemi was a BCS of 17. Pretty
Won't
good.
do him any good, you know.
Won't it?
No,
He'll still roll 18s, 19s, and 20s.
I don't actually. I very rarely roll criticals, but also very rarely roll fumbles either. So I'm happy with
Well,
it.
it balances out at the end of the day, which is good.
Mm.
Okay.
No,
Your key, I believe, goes up by 1 because you are now 2nd level. Is that correct, Tim?
unless he spent some, yeah.
No, he hasn't spent any key, so therefore his key is now up to 2. And your on from your level's gone up to 10, which means your total on is 33. Your personal status is 40, and your global status is now 20. Still the leader of the party.
And he'll stay the leader of the party unless he does something to.
Yes. Okie doke. So, I believe that is all that we actually need to do to alter your sheet at the moment. Is that
So,
right?
yeah, I think that's,
Yes.
I think so.
Okay, well, there's no change in your Zanshin. So you still only have 1 primary action. Nope, I think that's about it. Jolly good. Okay, so you all make it to the docks, and Wonshu will open the storage cupboard for you to shove the goods into.
Just that Kosa, who's the least, and Kyūryū take their heads to the police station and get our pay. That way we can get rid of the stinky.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Good thinking. Good thinking.
Okay. In that case, you have £100 weight of heads to carry.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
you might
fine,
be partially encumbered, but I'm sure you'll be willing to put up with it for that short
So
duration.
who's going, me and
We'll make the
Kinzo?
sacrifice here.
Okay, so Kosa, as the guy carrying authorization to go bandit hunting, will lead the way to the daimyo's barracks
Oh, it's you and
and
Kosa that are
report
going.
into the duty Ashigaru, who can smell while you're there. It's a bit unmistakable, and will ask you what happened.
I'll give him a shortened version of the story.
Okay. Are you attempting to make a presentation of it using any skills, or just... Yeah, we went there, we killed 10 of them.
I don't have any particular special skills.
Killed 10, lost 2, drawn none.
Yeah, 1-0 to us.
Okay. In that case, he will, given that you'd applied for a license for bandit hunting, he will check the heads, and they do indeed look ruffianly. Well, they would, wouldn't they? And he will inquire as...
If it matters, I'll point out which one was the leader.
Which one are you pointing out?
Whatever one was the leader.
Which one are you pointing out?
Bandit 1.
Bandit 1. Okay.
Yes.
That's who you think the leader was.
One that killed Ichiro. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okie doke. In that case, that will be given pride of place on a stake out front, and the rest will just be lined up on stakes behind it.
Nice, love to see it.
And he will hand you over a scrip for 10 silver to be presented to the daimyo's treasurer, and he will inquire as to the other goods and such like that were stolen. Have you recovered those?
We have, all of them.
Yes, they're currently at One Shoe's warehouse.
Very good. Well, if you bring them in tomorrow, we'll get the daimyo's treasurer to value it and give the appropriate reward. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
He hands you your script
Okay.
for 10 silver, at 1 silver per head, and congratulates you on a good job well done.
Thank you.
Asks if you are currently seeking a more permanent position. There are vacancies in the Ashigaru Guard.
Yeah, not at the moment, thank you.
Although we are very, very honoured. At the moment, we seek to our own endeavours. We are studying and training and travelling and finding our feet as mercenary soldiers for the forces of good. Maybe one day we will find ourselves in the service of the daimyo, but we have much self-discovery and training to do first.
Yes, jolly good. Right. Visit the treasurer tomorrow.
Yep.
And did you leave the furoshiki sacks that you carried the heads in? Or are you taking them back?
We'll take them unless they're a real mess.
I don't think we want them, do we?
They're not a real mess. I mean, you left those heads stuck up on a shelf for a day.
The blood would be dried, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
Incidentally, is anybody thinking of taking an okuden in kind of head arrangement, maybe?
No, I don't think so.
Okie doke. You return to Wonshu to find that he has his cousin in, cooking you up a meal. Fresh fish, fresh vegetables. None of this dried rubbish.
Fabulous.
And the others are already into the sake.
Right, so I've got an IOU for the reward. We need to collect that tomorrow, and we need to take in all the goods that we recovered for them to be valued tomorrow to get some more reward.
Right, says was one shoe. The goods you recovered, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily the goods you captured.
Yes. And your thinking is?
Well, you had about £230 of goods that you recovered that had been stolen from the merchants.
Yep.
You've got about £30 of stuff that you just picked up. You know, he's spoken with Kinzo and got chapter and verse. So that wasn't actually recovered.
No.
So, yeah, I could arrange to get that sold for you.
You call that?
I see.
Yeah.
You want to sell that, do you?
That's the spoils of war he wants to sell, yeah?
Well, you probably get a little bit more for that than 10% of the value.
Well, it's 20% of the value, but
Oh,
yes.
he's offering you 20%? Good God. That's unheard of.
And you can actually sell that, because as you say, it wasn't stolen in the
It's
first
not.
place.
Yeah.
It's not recovered.
Okay. And I don't believe that there was any word of wakizashi being stolen from the merchants either.
No, we've got three wakizashi and a tanto and some armour.
Oh, some armour as well.
Anybody wants it?
Merchant was definitely not carrying any armour. Well, I could kind of get it valued for you as well.
What kind of armour
Sorry,
is it?
Useful.
Is it
We
light?
are assuming it's used.
It was light Ashigaru, wasn't it? The armour.
AC4.
AC4.
Ooh, so that's full Ashigaru, isn't it?
Nope.
No? What's
Just
that?
top half into it or something.
No, it's full light Ashigaru armour. It's torso armour with arm and leg guards.
Yeah.
Right, how does that compare to the one that I've got? I have got partial
You
light
have
Ashigaru.
got partial light, which is just the body armour and helmet.
And is it in?
Okay.
Is this one in good nick? Like, is it worth swapping? Is it going to be good?
Well, we don't know that yet because we've not had it. I not had anybody look at
We need to have it. Appraised by an armourer, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, your armourer stuffed it.
Died.
it. Or a good quality merchant.
Or a good quality merchant, yes. Well, one who doesn't claim to be an expert in arms and armour, unfortunately. It's not really...
In that case, I suggest we get it valued by an arm.
Well, he has been dealing with an armourer who owes him a favour or two, so we can get it taken over there.
Yeah, well, we'll leave you to deal with all of that.
Yeah.
Certainly. Watch out. Right, fine. Are you going to carry this recovered merchandise over yourselves tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, you have.
Yeah, we'll need several of us because there's a lot of it.
Well, yeah, he said, kind of peering around the corner. There's a fair bit there.
I'm sure Uncle could borrow. Sorry, or once you could loan us the handcart.
We'll just carry it. There's 4 of us, 5 of us, 4 of us.
4 currently.
Okay.
Yep.
Maury as well, haven't we? So 5 of us.
Ah, yeah, Mori's an NPC 5, yeah.
Right,
We've got 4 at the moment.
Jolly good. So, Wanshu will tell you he sent a message off to Hanamishisu about Ichiro before you left, so his parents should know by now.
Yeah, thank you.
Are we personally going to escort his body home, yeah?
Well, I am. I don't know about you.
I certainly am.
Yeah, I think we should. I think it would be a nice thing to do.
Absolutely.
And we can tell them, fill them in on the story of how bravely you died.
Yeah.
If they want to know.
Well, yeah, one would assume they probably do.
Well, would you mind telling Wanshu everything? I mean, he had a brief recounting of the tale from Kosa night before last, but if you just kind of go through and tell him what happened, he's fascinated.
Yeah, I think we will. I think we can sit down and tell it. Each person can tell it from, the
Their
bits
point
that
of
they
view.
know.
Yeah, we'll all tell our own version. So when I tell mine, obviously I'll exaggerate how great I was.
You just yawn.
I didn't fall over 3 times.
Oh, dear.
You didn't fall over 3 times in anybody's eyesight.
Yeah, I wasn't stunned, dazed, none of that.
Something went wrong. Why did it take you so long then?
I was letting you guys
Because
have a
he
turn.
was playing with them. That's
Yeah, it was tactics.
Don't play with your food.
I was trying to help you boys work on your confidence.
Okie doke. All right. A pleasant evening is had by all, and one whose cousin seems appropriately impressed. Jolly good. And you have a peaceful night. Morning dawns. And you start pulling out the packs of stuff to take over to the daimyo's compound. Okay. Kosa, I presume, leads the way as...
Yes, so I'll still carry my share though.
Of course. You're not one of these manager types.
No. Don't mind getting my hands dirty.
There's no room for one of them in this crew.
Yes, I think all of you had to kind of wash off your yawaras at the end of the day, didn't
We all get our hands dirty in this crew, yeah.
Bloody, not dirty.
Yeah,
Anyway,
and that.
you make it through to the compound. You are expected. The guard on the gate is expecting you, and so you are taken in to see the daimyo's treasurer,
Is this the next day now, yeah?
or at least somebody who is introduced as the treasurer.
Introduced.
Who seems a bit busy. Stuck it over there, and I'll get onto it when I can.
Well, in the meantime, we do have this IOU. We do have an IOU which we'd like to cash in.
What?
Yes, give him the script.
Good God! I didn't know he was authorised to issue those. Calls over to one of the other clerks, and discussion is held. They check the actual wording of the daimyo's proclamation. Yes, it does appear as though you are authorised to have this. And he can't figure out a way around it.
Nice try.
Because it is signed by the head of the Ashigaru. So, alright, he will in fact get through this now just to get you out of his hair. He doesn't want you coming back and causing trouble tomorrow. So, right, fine, let's go through this little lot. So we have... Yes, that is... so there's £60. Yes, that's from Merchant CERN. So £60 of goods at 63. Right. So would somebody care to roll 63 for me, please?
Yep. Somebody roll some dice for us.
Is 3d6 give the same result? No, it doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Roll 66.
I've got it. 63.
No, it's 66 will do.
66, okay.
Alright, 63.
12.
So that's 12. And then he checks through manifests, and yep, certainly. There's another 60 goods of £60 of Class C goods, another 63. So that is another 11 silver. And then we have a total of £80 of Class D goods. So that is 86 copper.
That's a solid roll.
Copper. And finally, I believe it's another £30 of Class D goods, so that's another 3d6 copper. That's another 9 copper. Okay, so he gets out his abacus. 12, that, 11, that, 33. That, 9, And carry the number you first thought of. Equals that little lot. So that would come to a total of that times 20%. Round down. So.
Excuse me?
Well, the odd silver isn't worth worrying about, is it? Oh yes, I suppose it is.
Sure, it would be if it went missing from your treasury or from a payment that somebody was making to you. I'm sure it would make a difference.
Well, it's possible that it would make a difference. So I think that comes to 146 copper that I owe you. Do you want it all in copper?
No.
Silver, please.
Okay, so that would be 4 silver.
And 6 copper.
I thought you just wanted it in silver.
The cheek on this guy. No wonder he's treasurer for the daimyo with that attitude.
4 silver and
silver
26 copper. Oh, you only want 6 copper, right?
Oh, 26 copper.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sign here, please.
Yeah, I'll sign.
Oh, you can write. He seems surprised.
Yes, I can write.
The cheek on this guy.
He's pushing his luck, isn't he?
Isn't he?
I don't know, give him a bit of power and it goes to his head.
Obviously not in a very good mood today.
Right.
Okie doke.
Are we done?
Yes. Go on, off you go. I've got more important things to deal with.
Thank you.
Honestly, things that take up my time. The daimyo wonders why I never get it done. You hear him mithering away to himself as you head out the door.
Yeah, well. My heart bleeds for you, mate.
You get a sympathetic look from the clerks near the exit as you go. You only had him for half an hour. They have him all day.
Yes. They do get my sympathy for that.
Okay, you make it your way back to the docks, and it took you a couple of journeys to ferry the stuff. So in the meantime, Wanshu has some information for you, and he has gone to get some value for the rest of it. And would somebody care to roll 3d3 for the 3d6 for the value of the stuff? And it's halved because it's second hand.
7 halved.
3d6 7
Yeah.
halved. Okay. Wanshu makes a roll. The other guy makes a roll. Oh no! It's not actually second hand. It looks second hand, but it's actually pretty near damn new.
Nice.
So you get the full. He gets the full 7 copper for it. And he'll only take 1 copper for his work. So you get 6 copper.
What's that for?
What was that for?
You had £30 weight of second-hand gear. In other words, the cooking utensils, the spare clothing, and so on, that the bandits had scattered around the place.
Got 6 copper for that, yeah.
So you got 6 copper for that.
Yeah.
And you also had 3 wakizashi. So.
Now, do any of our guys use a wakizashi? Because we'll keep on it, so.
Nope.
So I think so, eh? And wakizashi's the short sword, right?
Correct.
Yes,
Finally learning them. Tanto's a dagger.
Okie doke. Righty ho. Right. The wakizashi, 2 of them are inferior, and 1 of them is average. what do you wish to do with them?
Any reason we shouldn't sell them, guys?
I've got no reason not to
I
sell them.
think. Yeah, I've got. Sell them, sell them, sell them.
Okie doke. So, you'll normally get half price for it. Do you wish him to negotiate? Prices may go down as well as up. He is not an expert in armory. Like if you.
So how much are they? Which would they normally be worth if they were half standard price?
Half standard price for a wakizashi, for an average wakizashi, would be roughly 7 gold.
Okay, yeah, I'm not too worried about him haggling.
No. No. Let's take the 7 gold, boys.
The inferior ones will be worth less, of course.
Oh, worth less, but still a lot of money. Yeah, so there's no need to haggle too hard. Just,
Okay. Right. I'm gonna have to, since I'm gonna be doing more of this, I'm gonna have to just set up a little converter.
Nick?
Yeah.
Can you strike through all the values of the money in column A? Because I've totaled them up in another column.
Do you want to put them at... I've put them in the moment in both 32 and 33. Do you want to add it to them? Whatever you've got. Yeah. So whatever figures you've
My
got.
totals are in C8 and C9, I think, but just above where you put those money.
Okay, so 128 plus
I saw the money that's on the sheet at the moment.
Alright.
So if you could
That's
strike through all
120.
the values of all the money, apart from the credit we've got.
Right.
Did we get our 10 silver? Yeah, we've got a note for 10 silver. We've not. Did we get that? Yeah.
We got that. We got that first.
Yeah.
Make sure we get that
So we've had
first.
10 silver for that bounty. We've had 4 silver and 26 copper for goods. Another 6 copper for other goods, and we're waiting on the total for the weapons, right?
We do. Actually, Dave, we do have a second Tanto.
Oh, you have a Tanto as well.
We loaned it to Ichiro, but
Well, as far as I'm aware, Ichiro still got that.
I think he was carrying it.
yes, so but
Yep.
she was carrying it and using it, but it was actually party loot.
Yeah. Has Kyūryū, he sold a nunchuck, didn't he?
Yes.
Did he buy that, or is that the one that was in party loot?
No, I bought my own nunchucks.
So we've got a spare one in party loot then.
Nice. Sell that because I've got the one that I need.
Okay, we'll sell that as well then.
Yeah. What's going on here? So your figures you've got in column C there, Tim, are they totals of everything?
Yes, they are. Except the figures that we've not had yet.
Right, because I've got 52 silver, that's from what we've just sold for this last lot, I think. We have a look.
Well, if you look at A11, there's 37 silver in.
Yeah, that's what I'm including that, yeah. Oh, I'll just take your figures, alright.
Right. Okie doke. So you're selling all of them?
Yeah,
Yes,
in fact, we're selling 3 wakizashi, a tanto, a nunchucks, and 3 club.
Well, you're trying to. There are 2 merchants in town
That's what we're selling. What we get for them, well, we might not get anything for them.
Okay. Well, the wakizashi, there's only a 20% chance that somebody's going to be willing to buy it anyway, because it's Class A goods that are being sold. Actually, no, there's a 40% chance. So I double that.
I mean, if nobody in
40%
Nobeoka
chance
buys them,
for
we
each
just
in
move to another
turn.
city. Go to a bigger city.
Yeah, you can move elsewhere and try and sell it. Let's check and see. So the first merchant, 40% chance that he's willing to buy one. 40 or less, good for you.
Nope.
No. The second merchant. Roll20 is being very slow. Unfortunately, both merchants don't have the spare coin to invest in buying stock in second-hand wakizashis. So, unfortunately, those are not taken up. Are you trying to sell the 2 tantos?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's what.
Okay.
So they're not sold.
As far as tantos are concerned, there's a 40% chance for each of those. So let's roll for.
Quick question while we're doing this, Dave, regarding the armour. So I've got partial light Ashigaru, and the one that we've taken off the guy is a light Ashigaru. Could I just take the trousers off that, and then I've got light Ashigaru?
Well, I'm going to get to that after we finish dealing with it.
Ah, cool. Sorry.
Okay. Yes, the first merchant is willing to take 1 tanto. Is he willing to take a second? No. Is the second merchant willing to take a tanto?
No.
No. So you can sell 1 tanto.
Okay, I'll scrub 1 tanto.
And you will get. So that's equivalent to that. Do you wish him to bargain?
Go on, let's go on and let him loose.
No. So it's average.
See how good he is.
Commerce and armory. That is that. Okay. So rolling for 1 ship. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Nice roll.
And rolling for the merchant. So yes, he has actually got a better deal for you.
Well done. Well done.
Fantastic.
20%. So he's got you 4 silver and 15 copper for that tanto.
Okay.
What was that? 4 silver and 15 copper?
Yep.
Not bad at all.
If you've no objection, he'll take the 5 copper. So you get 4 silver and 10 copper.
Okay.
He's got 1 or 2 charities he donates to.
Oh, sure he is.
I bet he does.
Anything else you want him to try and find buyers? Oh, the armour! Yes, of course, armour.
Two main
Yes,
charities.
he took that. He
left
took
pocket
that.
and right pocket. 2 main charities, left pocket and right pocket, eh?
Yeah. He's got to put it into his pension fund. if he can get the armour examined and see what it is worth.
Well, it is actually quite badly damaged. There's some of it recoverable. Effectively, you can get 2 parts of a suit of armor out of it. So effectively, you can get you can't get a full set of partial light, but you can get 2 parts of that. So effectively, 50% of a set of light. Now, that means there is a 1 in 4 chance that one of those bits that's usable could be added to yours, Kyūryū.
Yeah, and make mine a
So,
full light.
do you wish to roll the 1 in 4 chance?
Dunno, is anybody else feeling lucky?
Well, whose armor is it?
Aye, but it's me, mate. I roll like shit. Right, I'll roll it.
Well, in that case, I think you should roll.
Well, I'm the one that's got 3D dice on, so I'll do it.
Okay, so it's a D4, and you want a 1
I got a
for
3.
it to be compatible with your armor.
I got a 3.
Right. Okay, in that case, he can sell it. Do you wish him to bargain? Well, no, he can try and sell it. Let me just adjust that. So, what are his chances of selling this? In actual fact, pretty damn good. There's only a 5% chance that he's not going to be able to sell it. So, 95 or less. Ooh, well, close. Right. However, there's only half that available, so that's 4. So, copy. Do you wish him to try bargaining or not?
I think as it's broken and it's not of any use to me, I think we're probably just going to see. Well, let's see what his first offer is.
What sort of money is it? Reckon it's worth? Probably rough ballpark figure.
Probably about 2 gold.
Okay, don't bother haggling. Just get what you can. Really.
We're happy with that. I think.
Okay, fine. All right, 1 for you, 1 for me. No? Alright, give me a silver and here's your 2 gold, alright?
Okay.
Oh, the cheek on him, man.
2 gold.
He smiles quietly to himself.
Fine. Well, can we have that gold in silver, please?
Do you want him to convert it for you? He will get it paid out in... Alright.
Thank you.
So that's 24 silver. Give him 1.
Wait. Isn't 2 gold 60 silver?
No. Where did you grow up?
I thought it was 30-30.
No. There's 30 copper to the silver, so a silver will buy a month's food.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 12 silver to the gold, so a gold will buy a year's food.
Yeah, sorry.
Matches the calendar, so yeah.
Yeah, a gold is 12 silver, sorry, my bad.
Right, can he also sell the spare nunchuck and these 3 crappy clubs we've got? Or at least attempt to.
Okay, nunchaku. Yep, there's only a 5% chance he won't be able to sell that. Okay, no problem. What else do you want to sell?
There are 3 nasty looking clubs.
Oh, you mean the ones that you left behind?
No, the ones we brought with us.
I seem to remember somebody saying, "Oh, we're not going to bother with."
I think we did actually, to be honest. Sorry, I think we
No,
did.
if I'm wrong, if we didn't bring them with us, then can you strike them out, please, Nick?
Yeah, I think we did not.
Actually, they weren't from that fight, actually.
Oh, they were from a different fight.
Oh,
I
they
didn't know.
They were from the
They were
Bakemono.
from the Bakemono, yeah.
Bakemono.
They're just
Oh, you mean kind of monster type weapons?
3 branches.
Yes.
25%. No, he's not able to sell them. Those are not of human manufacture.
In that case, chuck them on the fire and get rid of them.
Yeah, just buy firewood here.
Yep. Okay.
What about the nunchaka? Did we sell that?
So the nunchaka you did manage to sell. Let me just give you a price for it. Nunchaku. You can get 15 copper for it. Here's 14, he'll take 1.
Okay.
52 minutes. I think that's everything we can currently sell.
Okey-doke.
Well, there are a couple of other items which we should be keeping.
Should I be taking a day's food off my sheet for yesterday? Or were we getting fed by one shoe? Dave.
What? Oh, to not.
For yesterday,
sorry,
I'm taking a day's food off.
No,
No, cool.
because if you remember, he had his cousin there, and she was cooking dinner for you.
That's right, nice.
So we've got 4 people, is that correct? Rightly?
Now we divide it into 6.
Oh, 5, 6, aren't we? 6.
But not all of them get the money for the nunchaku and the tanto.
Yeah, we don't worry about that.
I'm not going to argue about that.
Okie doke. Fair enough.
Is somebody doing the maths? I can see somebody's on the spreadsheet.
So me. I am not the accountant.
Right, a share is 15 silver and 25.
15 silver and 25 copper each.
Yep.
Oh,
So take care of it all, or is there
There's
change
a
left?
which I shall put into cop.
Just put it in the party later.
Yeah, just put it back on the list, Tim, and delete the working fields. Yeah.
Right, so plus 15 silver. And plus 25
15
copper is 68. Nice. Oh, I'm partially encumbered because of the weight of my coins.
No, I think it's because of your armour.
No, because I wasn't partially encumbered before. It's the weight of the coins. Right, can I...
There are 20 copper left in party loot, okay?
Can I change some silver to gold?
Yes, he's willing to change it for you, if you want.
So if I give him 37 silver, he'll give me 1 gold.
If you give him
3 gold, sorry.
Oh, you want to change some silver to gold?
Silver to... Well, and possibly some copper to silver. Let me change 30 copper to 1 silver. So I'll give him 31 copper and he'll give me 1 silver back, right?
Correct, yep.
Okay, so I'll take 31 off 68 is 37.
Yep.
And I put my silver up by 1.
Okay.
And then I want to exchange 37 silver for 3 gold. Is that all good?
No, you give him 13 silver, he'll give you a gold.
Alright, so I'll give him 39 silver, he'll give me 3 gold.
Correct.
Okay, 56 minus 39 is 27. Correct me if I'm wrong, troops.
That sounds wrong to me.
It's not. Wait, because it now says encumbered. Effect, no effect. No, that means I'm not encumbered then, doesn't it? It's not yellow, it's in blue.
Correct.
So why does it... Oh,
Your strength is 15.
I'm reading it wrong.
Which means that you can carry 30 pounds without being encumbered.
It says unencumbered. Do you know what? Just got it down to 29.5.
Yep.
Okay.
Right here. Well, you've reduced your coins down by at least a pound, I think. Okay. Righty-ho, and I think that probably takes you most of the day sorting out the stuff with the treasurer, getting the arms and armour sorted out.
So is that the 6th or the 7th?
That was the 7th.
It's the 7th.
7th, yep.
And that probably takes you most of the day.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth it for that sort of income, isn't it?
I think I'd rather have Ichiro back in actual fact.
Yes. Well, speaking of Ichiro, late that afternoon, 2 gentlemen arrive on the docks with an urchin directing them to Wanshu's shack. And it is in fact Ichijo's dad and his brother.
Oh, welcome in.
Okay.
Welcome in, honoured esteemed gentlemen.
He had a message from passed to him by Uncle that his son Ichijo had died heroically fighting bandits.
Heroically would be exactly the right word to use, yes. Come inside, we will tell you the story.
And at this point, we also introduce Asakura, who is Ichijo's brother. Come in, Doc.
Asakura.
Yeah.
Well, as you're here, sir, you might as well take this. And we'll hand over Ichijo's effects and that large wad of cash we've just got.
His father accepts it gratefully. He asks Asakura whether he wishes to receive Ichijo's weapons. He knows that he's got them his own weapons after training in the Lord's armory, but does he wish to carry on the tradition with Ichijo's weapons?
Yeah, Asakura would say that he was inspired hearing about what happened with Ichijo. Even though it ended up in him dying, he believes in the dream that his brother tried to follow. So he wants to try to make sure that even if Ichijo could not get there in the end, that he will do it for him. So yes, he would like to take his.
Okay. In that case, you are presented with his wakizashi, a good quality yari, and the wakizashi that he'd withdrawn from storage. And your father offers to take them back and place them into the daimyo's, the Lord's armory for you.
Yeah, I mean, is it? Wait a second. So it's pretty much everything Ichijo had on it, correct?
Yes. So effectively, you have what Ichijo.
Okay, yeah. So I might as well just keep the yari and the wakizashi, since the yari is a good one.
Well, yes.
I don't think I need the wakizashi, because I already have one.
Okay. Well, as far as the wakizashi is concerned, the wakizashi and yari that are in the are family weapons from previous wars and battles. So your father will reclaim them for your younger brother or cousin or whoever else. Okay. So effectively, you will replace what you had before with what's there, except the yari is good quality. However, you do not have a license to carry it. So
No, right.
They would need to be taken back to the Lord's armory and placed there until you kind of pull them out again. Okay?
Alright, works for me.
Okay. And we can do that, off camera. So effectively, all you need to do is copy that good quality +1 to hit and damage and paste it into the appropriate cell against the Yari on your own character sheet. Yep.
Yeah.
And if you want any of the rest of his stuff, his second-hand underwear or... that's probably best not going back, because that's probably not in the best of shape. But if there's anything else you want on there, fishing. You're not a fisherman, so you probably don't want his rod.
No, I don't think there's anything else he had, really.
Okay.
I mean, depends on his money he had. That goes to the family, correct? Or
Yes, that goes to the family. That helps pay the funeral, etc.
Question.
Yep.
Will we be attending the funeral?
Well, if you wish to come down to Hanamishisu, his father is returning. He understands from Wonshu that the body has been prepared and is awaiting at the Kozanji temple for transport back to Hanamishisu.
Do we know what date the funeral will be?
Yes,
I
as soon as
would,
we get back.
I would like to accompany the body if I may.
Me too.
It would be his honour. You were his comrade in arms.
Thank you.
In fact, I think we would be honoured to carry the body, wouldn't we?
He would be grateful for your assistance. Yes. I mean, he
Absolutely.
and Asakura were going to do that, but if you wish to, as a mark of honour for your friend,
As a
then-
mark of honour and just to lighten your load, you men are already grieving for your family. If I can lighten your load in any way, and at the same time show respect for my friend, then I would like to, if you would accept my offer.
Of course. He died with honour.
I'll look at Kosa as the group leader and just give him a little nod as if to say, and you, yeah?
Yeah, we're all going to accompany him and all take turns helping carry his body back.
Love to hear it.
thank you all
Jolly
very
good.
much.
Okay, the other point, Dave.
Yep.
Since Yonetsu didn't have any family here, can we ask Wonshu to take account of his money share and see that it gets to his family?
He will.
It's one
Thank
shoe
you.
there isn't trust for that.
He will see to his cremation at the Kozanji, Kozanji temple, and he will ensure that the ashes and his wealth are returned to his family. He had not married. He had not married. He had family in one of the villages north of the river, but he will make sure that everything is returned to his family.
If you could let me know the name of that village when you find it out, it'd be great.
1 second, I will tell you the name.
Yeah.
Oh, if he already knows it, that's
I mean, if
Oh,
we
he does.
were ever going through, we would be making sure to go visit the burial site or whatever, wouldn't we?
Well, they will cremate the body and scatter the ashes appropriately.
Will there be like a memorial or anything somewhere where you can pay tribute?
Well, he doesn't know what the customs of the family are. Normally, there would be a family shrine to the ancestors and family members. But, I mean, you know yourselves from Hanamishisu, if people die there, then they are normally either buried or cremated at the Temple of the Great Waters, and their ashes are scattered around in the gardens if they're cremated there, and a remembrance is carried back to the family shrine, and so their spirits are at rest around the temple and revered at the family shrine. Okay. Yeah. You may not know, but that Shinto has very little to do with birth, and that's dealt with by the Buddhists. But the family shrines, where the spirits are remembered, those are, proper. They're Shinto shrines. Okay. So that all happened on.
So the name of the village, please, Dave?
Oh, damn! Sorry.
I don't want to push you too much.
I
but-
got diverted.
Yeah.
I know. I promised to give you something, and I got diverted. 1 second while I just load up the map, because I haven't got the name on the map on Roll20 because I've not yet revealed the area that's got that village in.
Damn, there was I guessing it. Damn.
It's a village called Tenshi. It's on the Saikaido.
T-E-N-S-I-J?
Tenshi. Tenshi.
Okay, well in that case, that's fine, Dave. We'll come across it at some.
Yes. It's a village on the Saikaido, heading north. Okay. So that was 7 Kikuzuki. So it was actually quite a cold day, and so you're actually quite glad that you were working indoors. There were dark storm clouds overhead when you wake up on 8 Kikuzuki. It's threatening rain. Not a good day to be travelling, but nevertheless, you make your way to the Kozanji Temple, and you are greeted by day did I say it?
Are we still in Nobeoka with the Kozanji?
Oh yes,
temple,
you're still in Nobeoka. So it's actually first week in Kikuzuki. So unfortunately, Murasama Kumon is busy. So you are met by Komichi, who's another of the priests, who welcomes you. Yes, they were expecting you, and he will lead you to one of the side rooms of the temple, where the body of Ichiro is laid out in and wrapped in white. You have a kaga with you. Sorry, you have a it's not a kaga per se. It is, and it's not a straight porter's thing. It is effectively something for carrying a body, right? So that it's protected from damage. So it's not in a porter's trunk. It's in a almost like a coffin, but it's just to protect it from dust and dirt and damage on the road. All right. And he will say that they have said prayers for him. His body has been prepared for burial or cremation. They didn't know what the family wanted, and he says a blessing over the body and over you for the journey, and it's all yours. Ichijo's father will make a donation to the temple for their good work and their prayers, and the body will be gathered and put into the carry coffin, whatever. And you heading south. Now, as far as Ichijo's father is concerned, he's a classic man, so therefore he only has a speed of, I think, 3, isn't it, for a classic man?
That is true. That is correct.
We're not going to be going very fast as we're carrying our friend's body anyway. We'll be taking it very easy.
So in that case, on the Saikaido, 6 hexes in a day. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hexes to Hanamishisu, so it will take you 2 days to get there.
We could stop at Kosa.
So you actually, if you stop at Agasu, and then it's 6 hexes to Hanamishisu.
Yeah, okay.
And in actual fact, you're quite pleased to stop at Agasu, because in the afternoon the heavens open and there is a cloudburst. The weather's not very nice. And you stop at Agasu.
And that will be a day's ration, isn't it? Yeah.
No.
No.
Ichijo's father will pay for you to stay at the inn.
Ah, okay, nice.
You are his son's battle companions. You were there when he died, and you are giving him honor. The following day dawns a lot brighter. The clouds have gone, and you make it to Hanamishisu without any problem whatsoever. You stop on the way, and Ichijo's father will drop the body off at the Temple of the Great Waters, and Oyasumi will say a prayer over the body, and okay, Doc, what is the family history for your family? Do you normally have your family members buried in the grounds of the temple, or do you have a cremation and scatter the ashes over the gardens?
A cremation.
Okay, fine. In that case, there will have been a log pile prepared, and the body will be placed in a side room of the temple, and the cremation will be, the funeral service and the cremation will be held tomorrow. Okay. And you are all welcomed back by your families, and you can stay with your families tonight.
Oh, they finally letting us stay at home since they heard we're heroes.
No. They're letting you stay at home because they're glad that you are still alive, and they want to show that.
And we have brought great honour to their family.
Well, you brought great honour to yourselves, but your father and mother love you. Yes, they had to kick you out because you were hanging around the home and not getting a job, etc. But they do still love you. Even you, Kinzo, even though you may not believe it, they do love you.
Stop trying to pull the wool over my eyes, okay?
Kinzo's going to batter his dad when we see him.
Well, there is a room available. You can stay with your family if you wish to. If not,
I shall honour them by staying with them because I'm here for a friend.
Okay, fine.
Besides which, I don't want to put my mother out to.
Yeah, you're doing it to honour Ichijo. You're keeping the peace to honour Ichijo.
That's right.
Okay. The following day, there is a funeral service and cremation for Ichijo, and the entire village turns up for it, and you have a good day. Clear skies, fresh breeze from the northwest, and the weather is warmer than it has been recently. So,
This was on the 10th, right?
And Oyasumi does a reasonable job. Nothing too spectacular, but he does a good job. And that was indeed on the 10th Kikuzuki. So prayers are said, people remember the promise of Ichijo, and everybody remembers memories of him as a kid round the village. Yeah. Oyasumi comes up with a couple of humorous incidents, running in to ring the temple bell, etc. But he is remembered, he is honoured, and...
Okay, Dave.
Yes?
When I get a chance to be alone with my mother, I shall give her 12 silver.
Oh, so Dad doesn't see. I like it.
Well, she is very grateful. She will make sure that the family are well looked after. She will give you chapter and verse on how the rest of your family is doing, that your sister is actually quite popular around the village, but she's keeping an eye on the young lads, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, you catch up on the family gossip. She is grateful, and she just asks you to take care. You know, she doesn't want to lose you. She understands that you've chosen a dangerous path in life, rather than following in the footsteps of your father. But after all, not everyone wishes to be a farmer.
Can I leave?
That is true.
Can I leave money with my parents as well?
You can all leave money with your parents.
I'm going to leave 17 copper.
Generally, it's the women in the family who look after. The men earn it. The women make sure that they spend it properly.
I will leave 17 copper with mother.
Okay. Jolly good. You're only doing that to get your weight limit down, aren't you?
Don't tell my mother that!
Well, if he wants to get rid of his money, he can give it to me.
You've got enough money.
I think you've all got enough money after that.
Yeah, I'm feeling quite wealthy.
Well, put it this way, Dave. I've now got more money than when I started.
Well, yes. Given that you came from a low-ranking farmer family, they are relatively poor compared to those stinking merchants. Anyway, so Ichijo's family will start their period of mourning. It's normally 49 days, and then a final prayer is, ceremony is said to say farewell. Up to you if you wish to follow that, Asakura.
So, will you remind us when the 50th day is?
How long did you say it was again?
It's normally 49 days, so it would be 28 Kami no Suki will be the last day of mourning. I'll just put a note in the diary for that.
Is that when the prayers are said, or they're said the following day?
I think they are said on the last day.
Okay.
Yeah, can we keep a track of that date so we can hold our own
Yes,
little thing
yes.
wherever we are?
Duration of mourning will vary, though it typically lasts 49 days for Buddhists and ends with a small memorial service at the temple of family and close friends. You don't have to travel back, you can just hold your own memorial service wherever you are. Okay?
Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah.
Asakura, your mum tells you that not to worry about her and the family. They'll have, no doubt, the rest of the villagers will pop by and during the period of mourning and just make sure that everything's okay. Okay, and while you're here, you can you swap out your weapons in the daimyo's armory, or the Lord Kanawa's armory. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I can bring the bow along though, right? Because since I am a hunter as well.
You can actually justify having a bow, yes. So if we put that there and get rid of this, because the Yari that was in the armory was a family weapon, because these are all family treasures, etc., from previous wars. You just store them in the Lord's armory for when you're out of his province. Okay. But if you wish to carry your hand cue and quiver, yes, you can carry them.
Yeah, we'll definitely choose to do that then.
Okie doke. Lovely. In that case, I think everybody is ready. Anybody else wish to do anything while you're in the village?
Well, I'm just looking at dates.
I'm going to buy 10 food, though.
Okie doke. Knock off 10 copper.
I'm looking at dates and just trying to remember if there was a temple here we could learn anything, because it's the start of a week tomorrow.
Ah, you have the Temple of the Great Waters just to the north.
Is it worth going to have a look to see what they're teaching next week, lads, or are you not interested in the week's training?
It's a temple, they won't be teaching that much, I'm sure.
Nah, yeah, it's not school, is it?
Well, it's all Yasumi. He taught every basic Buddhism and basic Shintoism and so on. He's very well respected in the village.
The house on the rock was a school, though, wasn't it?
The House on the Rock is a martial arts school, and
it's
the sensei from the House on the Rock is the one who gave martial arts training for Lord Kanawa's garrison.
What do you think about that? Should we go get some martial arts training for a week, boys?
I'm inclined to say we should get back to Nobeoka, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just always keen to learn.
I know.
Yeah, as a good
I'm getting used to living in the bigger city. I think we ought to move to a bigger one.
Well, here was another idea I had. What about for our next thing? We just go like the next big city on the map that we've not been to. Why don't we just go there and see what adventure awaits? What do you think of that?
I don't think it's quite that easy.
No, we don't. We'll be a bit out of our depth, I think. Nobeoka's big enough for me at the moment.
Oh, no sense of adventure, that man.
Check it, Mr. Level 2 over there.
Yeah, as a guru would at the very least inform you that he is well excited, or at least looking forward to picking up after his brother, since well, he needs to prove himself now as well, since he's among such heroes now.
You have big shoes to fill. Your brother was the biggest hero of them all.
Okay.
I'm sure you're doing proud.
Right,
Yes.
I believe if you wish to travel to Nobeoka, you could probably make it in a day.
We're not slowed down anymore.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, you could make it in a day if you travel, providing nothing happens. Let us see if anything happens on. Well, you know I said providing nothing happens.
Okay.
Uncle's not got anything for us to carry, has he?
Oh, well, let's see. He looks across at one shoe.
Oh, did one shoe come with him?
Oh, you didn't notice him? Of course he came.
Oh, I didn't notice.
You were so so sunk in your sorrow for the loss of your fellow man. You respected your feelings. He didn't interrupt.
Just followed behind us like a
one
snake.
shoe did come with you because, although in theory it wasn't a job for him, he had got Ichiro to do that. He was responsible for him being there. So he had worked well for one shoe in the past. So he came to pay his respects and to see his uncle again. So between the pair of them, they can probably arrange for a pack to head north. 3 silver apiece. Sorry, three copper apiece. 3 copper apiece.
Definitely.
Yeah, 3 silver it was.
3 silver,
No.
I heard.
Uncle slaps one shoe and says, "One day off the job." And you get, you start losing your touch now. It's my cargo, and I'm offering 3 copper each.
Is it heavy copper?
3 copper a day. 3 copper is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
And it's
Yeah,
3
we'll take you up on
copper to take it up there. Not 3 copper a day. I know you lot. You'll stop halfway just to jip me out of an extra copper.
No, we won't. But if you say that again, I shall be upset.
He grins. Okie doke.
I don't.
He looks slightly
Yeah,
hurt.
upset. You want to upset Kinzo.
From what he's heard, it's
Okay.
not.
For the copper eating.
From what
Should
he's
that
heard,
take
it's
us a
not.
day to get?
Yeah, from what he's heard, it's not Kinzo he needs to worry about upsetting. Anyway. Okay, you do travel north. Unfortunately, on the way, it's not bad. So, and you are stopped at the bridge going into the daimyo's province, and your load is inspected. Because Wanshu, the consignee for the cargo, is actually with you, he gets you straight through there without any trouble. Let's see. Asakura, why are you carrying a bow?
I'm carrying a bow, yes. What?
Yes, the guards are asking you why you're carrying a bow. It's a weapon of war. Where's your chariot?
It's since I travel with this group here, and you know, since we travel quite far, I use it for hunting on the way.
Oh. They're not so sure about that. Prove it. How would you use it in hunting? I make a hunting roll.
Oh.
Oh god.
He's going to shoot an apple from a tree.
Now, do you wish to bribe them to assist in your demonstration that you are justified in carrying this? Or are you just going to rely on your hunting roll?
My hunting is BCS 9, so how much would it cost me to bribe them?
Well, it's probably going to be copper rather than silver, because you're just dealing with guards. So how many copper are you going to offer to assist in their paperwork at the inn afterwards?
20? Yeah, how about
Okay.
that? That's pretty much. That's actually all the copper I have.
Fair enough. You kind of put 20 on the barrel. Get your snares out. You know, your money pouch is in the way, so you kind of tip it out on the barrel and kind of then kneel down and get your snares out to demonstrate how you do it. And when you stand up, the copper is no longer there. So make your BCS roll.
Oh my god.
Okay. Wanshu will go into a spiel about how you do stuff for them on the journey. And what's their final reaction? And he will slip them a silver as well. They weren't going to let it through. Okay,
Ooh.
You have your bow, but Wanshu's
Yeah.
glaring daggers at you.
Yeah.
Are we going to have this trouble all the time?
No, he thinks that they were just in a bad mood for some reason.
Right, but... Yeah.
But if you don't kind of keep it openly, don't carry it along strung. Wrap the end in some rope or something so it looks like a staff rather than a bow or something.
Yeah, pack it away as best you can.
Yes.
Probably best do that, yeah.
Okay. All right. You set out from the village. You do that and kind of hide it alongside your wooden spear, etc., on your back, so it doesn't look like a bow. Put a furoshiki sack round your quiver. Fair enough. And you make it the rest of the way to Nobeoka. And Wanshu is actually chivying you along. just to
okay.
make up for lost time.
What's the hurry? We'll get there. today?
Well, I've booked us dinner for tonight.
I saw your
Sorry, didn't I
photo.
say anything about it?
No, you didn't mention it before.
Oh, sorry.
But
Well,
we'll gladly accept your offer.
yes.
Speed up.
Yeah, well. increase speed a bit then.
I've booked us a room at the Inn of the Willows for the night.
Oh, well. Put us on one shoe, lads. Let's crack on.
All right then.
Okay, you do make it back to Nobeoka without a problem. One shoe is somewhat. He's panting a bit when you get there, but you think it's mostly put on. But and you are taken to a bathhouse in the city to get cleaned up after the journey. He gets a porter to carry your stuff to his shack. And when you emerge from your bath, your normal clothes aren't there. You each have a set of superior peasant, town's peasant garb.
Ooh.
He will explain that the Inn of the Willows is a rather select place, and he's invited some friends along to celebrate your great victory.
Okay. So I changed the peasant garb on my sheet from town to...
Well, you actually have superior town garb added to your sheet.
As in an extra one, or...
Yes, it's an extra set of town garb. It is superior quality.
Very nice. So it's peasant garb, brackets, town, comma, superior, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It is pretty damn good.
Nice, so it just looks nicer, it's not giving us any protection or anything, eh?
Oh, it's not giving you any extra protection,
Just looks good.
but it is superior quality. It is made of fine materials. The workmanship is proper craftsmanship, and generally it looks a lot more expensive than you would normally spend. And he will lead you out of the bathhouse and through the gates and down the road towards the Inn of the Willows.
Okay, Dave.
Yes?
Gents, superior guard, if treated well, will last 25 years. Okay?
Oh, nice, okay.
Whereas your average normal guard
Absolutely.
will last 1 to 3 years, depending on how well you treat it.
Yeah.
Well, I
It
mean,
normally costs about 7.5 times average garb.
So look after this set.
Keep it for Sunday best.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just-
don't go fighting in it, that sort of thing.
It's just
No,
made me go...
definitely not.
It's just made me go partially encumbered by 0.2.
Well, no, you can send all your other stuff back. You are not taking your weapons to the Inn of the Willows. Maybe a tanto, but nothing more than that.
but
Okay?
you tell me I can't bring a huge spear with that of the bathhouse.
No, you cannot take weapons. You are peasants. You do not. The samurai, yes, they may take the daisho, but the Inn of the Willows is a place of peace, and the daisho are only carried for because it is the mark of a book, and they are left at the entrance so that a peaceful evening is had by all.
So
It's a good thing we have a party of people that have hands for weapons then.
So my regular peasant garb, is that worth anything to sell? The town peasant garb, sorry. The non-superior one.
Well, yes. Are you saying you're going to be wearing your your superior town garb on a day-to-day basis?
No, actually, I'll keep a hold of that, yeah. Just trying to lose 0.2 in weight so I'm not partially encumbered.
Well, you can always leave your superior town garb behind when you go out on a mission or on a job. You don't have to carry it with you all the time, do you?
No. but I could get rid of like 6 coins and that'd be good.
One shoe will always be happy to relieve coins if you want to get rid of them. Okay.
I'll give him 25 silver for 2 gold.
You mean 26 silver for 2 gold?
No, I offered 25. You heard me.
Yes, and he's quite happy to give you 2 gold for 26.
I'll give you 25 and 5 copper.
Well, when you've got 26 silver, let me know.
No, you're not getting 26. You were about to make some money for nothing, and you just blew it.
Yes, and as soon as he started giving any concessions whatsoever, you'd expect them all the time. He'll just make sure that you get lots and lots of copper and silver in the future in your loot, and need to change it.
So yeah, I'm going to hire somebody to carry my stuff at this rate.
Okay. That evening, you walk south from the city, out of the gate, and you walk down the Saikaido and then turn up the road towards the Inn of the Willows. This is a house that's set in a beautiful set of gardens, surrounded on 3 sides by magnificent willow trees, and there are many tea houses that stand beneath the shadow of the willows. When you turn up at the entrance, you are met with Geisha, who does anyone notice? No, none of you notice. You are met with Geisha, who greets you. One shoe will introduce you all, and the Geisha then leads you towards one of the tea houses. And opens the door, and one shoe will leave his gaiter outside and step in and bow to those present, and then invite you inside. He will then introduce you to the 3 gentlemen already seated around the table. You actually recognize at least one of them, and actually no, you recognize 2 of them. Let's see, who is it that you recognize? You recognize Matsuura. He's the guy you worked for looking for the limestone. You also recognize, where is his
We're feeding
name?
back through Nick again.
Pardon?
We're feeding back through Nick again.
Ah, Nick, would you mind turning off your speaker? Okay, you recognize Shigenoi. He is an armorer that you carried stuff to and from when you were dealing with all spears. And he will also introduce Mushinokuji, who is another armorer who you have been dealing with. Even though he's been dealing with him for you. Also present is his cousin, a young lady who is going to be assisting with serving tonight. And you settle yourselves down. The furnishings are exquisite. You have literally never seen anything like this before. This place looks as though this tea house is a work of art. The carvings, the shoji screens, everything. It's a testament to craftsmanship and good taste. The meal is served. Again, it's not excessive. It's high quality. The cooking is good. The service is excellent. and it's not just a meal, it is a celebration. After the meal, tea will be served, and while everyone is enjoying their tea, Namiya, who's Wonshu's cousin, will get up. She takes out a scroll and then reads a poem. You remember that she was sitting there when you were describing to Wonshu everything that happened? She has actually written a poem about it, and it is actually very good. You all recognize what happened, but it seems much better than you would have, than you remember. Okay? And the evening goes extremely well. The 3 guests are very impressed, and you can have some additional on. So each of you will get an additional 3 on for having eaten and had a meal at the Inn of the Willows, which is something that you can boast about to anyone you wish to mention. It is actually run by a retired uncle of the current shogun. And it's where everybody goes. You also get an additional on because your role in the recent adventure has been extolled and extended by Namiya's poem.
Nice.
So that's plus,
So you get +4 on in total.
Nice.
and that's in actions.
That is in actions, yes.
Oh, wait, I've not added that in the right place. Hang on. So where do you add it, sorry?
Down at the underneath your skills, there's a section on, and under on for actions, add 4 to that.
Nice one, thank you.
Okay. Right, so let me just note down who that was, because
Again, it didn't update the on at the top automatically, but I can just do that. It's
probably
fine.
because you
'Cause I
typed
changed
in
it
there
first, yeah, my bad.
yeah. Let me just alter that. So we just say equals and then scroll down and click there. Okay.
Thank you.
So no problem. Okay, so the people who've attended, there are Kyūryū, Kosa, Kinzo, and Asakura. Right, that's because you can only get the on for attending, for visiting the Inn of the Willows once. There are various classic places in the campaign, and going there is an experience. It's something that you can talk about. It boosts your sense of self-worth, but you only get that once. It's similar to going to temples on pilgrimage. If you go on pilgrimage to temples or shrines, you can gain on for visiting the notable ones. Okay? And feeling full of good wine, food, comradeship, etc., you all return back to the tacky little place on the docks.
What was that inn called, Dave? Sorry.
That is the Inn of the Willows.
Willows.
Yes.
Can you fix my spreadsheet? My on's not updated either.
Aha! Let me go to your page, Kosa. Right, so unknown range name N41. What on earth's that?
Sounds like spreadsheet to me. I don't speak spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet. Right.
Equals that. Okay. So
Thank you.
the on is calculated in cell G49, so just say equal G49.
And then just
and
yeah,
then it will
just
automatically
displayed there.
update.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Righty-ho.
Okay.
Very good. Wanshu is pleased with how the evening went. He's his cousin has distinguished herself. Bride
Yes,
price
it was
is
rather
going.
good.
Bride price is going up. Well, someone with her skills, it'd be an honour for someone to marry her. None of you looking for anyone at the moment?
It's
He
not,
says quizzically.
Not at
it's
the moment,
not
thank
on
you.
my menu at the moment, no.
Okay, all right. Well, there is interest. Don't want to hang around.
It's not that I'm not interested in your cousin, I'm just not interested in any female companionship right now at this point in my life.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just updating the diary. Very good.
You're still in the, especially if Asakura is going to be following the footsteps of Ichiro, then getting married and then immediately dying might not be the best bet.
Yeah, let's have some adventures before we get married.
Well, I mean, your wife will be better off in the fond memories of a hero. She will have even more money for her next marriage. Probably not the best way to look at it. Very good. Okay. So that was 11 Kikuzuki.
Still hearing you twice through Nick, Dave.
Nick, can you turn your speaker off?
Thank you.
Thank you. Why have you got your speaker on if you're using headphones now? Or are you
We've got a speaker on.
Oh, using push to
I
talk.
don't know
or
where the
something.
sound's coming from.
Your head.
No, it's going to set to normal.
Have you got headphones with a mic, yeah?
Yes, I have, yes.
Yeah, it's just because the mic's too close to the headphones.
Anyway, so you wake up on 12 Kikuzuki, and dark storm clouds again, and it's feeling cold. Temperature dropped to 4 degrees last night.
So did you say the 12th?
This is 12 Kikuzuki, and the weather is cold today, but there's dark storm clouds overhead. It looks like it's going to rain again, but maybe not today. And one shoe. If you're looking for work, he's got a couple of things to do on the docks for the next couple of days. Or you can see if there's anybody in the city looking for help with anything. Do you want him to try and find you some work, or have you got? I mean, he'll ask this the night before, but what do you want him to do?
Wait a second, because Tim, I think, is having technical issues. He keeps coming in and out of Discord, so I think he's maybe having difficulty hearing us.
Okay.
So should we wait a minute, see if he comes back?
Certainly.
Yes. Are you okay, Tim? You having difficulties?
Can you hear us, Tim?
Yeah, we don't hear you if you're talking, Tim.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
There he is.
Well, for some reason, my Discord crashed, so I had to reboot.
Oh, no worries, man. We waited for you.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you made it back.
Yeah, well, also, my Roll20 said I'd been disconnected, but that reconnected, so...
Sounds like BT or somebody is playing silly beggars.
Sounds like your internet's having issues.
Yeah, well, it might well be BT.
Okay. How far had you heard, Tim?
What? I don't know.
Yeah.
Had you
disconnect and reconnect us?
Okay. Tim, as where we'd got up to was you were back at One Shoes after the evening do at the Inn of Willows.
Yeah, I heard up to that, but if he'd done any extra, I haven't heard that.
Basically, that evening, once you asked, did you want him to try and find you work, or had you got something lined up?
I'm going AFK for 2 seconds. I can still hear everything.
Work will do. What day of the week is it, by the way?
This is 12 Kikuzuki. Will be the next day, so you are a day into training.
In that case, I'll work for the rest of the week.
Okay. Well, we will wait for. I think Nick's back. Is Crimson Ghost back? Or is he still AFK? Well, he can hear anyway. Righty-ho! So, that morning, One Shoe is up early, disappears, and comes back with a message from Matsura, who would like to see you.
He's the Limestone man, isn't he?
He was the guy who you escorted to the cliff and failed to save from the earthquake.
I'm back and I heard everything.
In that case, I don't see why we shouldn't go and see him.
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
of course.
In that case, you make your way into town to his workshop, and his apprentice invites you in and takes you to his room at the back. And he's seated there with a number of crystals on the desk in front of him.
Has he got splints on?
No.
Oh, so it looks like his legs have been healed then, or have healed.
Looks like they've been healed. Somebody recovering that quickly without help from a temple is unlikely.
Okie doke.
And he was actually at the Inn of the Willows last night, having dinner with you.
Oh,
If you remember.
Oh, of course.
Him and the two armourers.
That's right, yeah.
Well, he would like you to see whether or not he remembers you had some sort of had a wizard with you, and he thinks these might be some sort of magical or useful for magical crystals, something like that. He's been poking around the old records, and this sort of thing is occasionally found in outcrops. Generally, when Kami have been around, it's something to do with their influence. But he thinks these might be magical. So, do you have a wizard still with you?
Unfortunately not, sir. But we do know where he is, or at least where we expect him to be. If not, I'm sure his sensei will be only too happy to have a look at them.
Well, he would be grateful if you would get a wizard to have a look at these and see whether they are valuable. If so, how much they're willing to offer for them.
I have a feeling that if they are magical, then they are valuable, and they will want to pay for them.
Oh, very good.
Have you any idea how much they might be worth?
He hasn't the faintest idea. It as far as he can see, it looks like they're gems which have been crystallized within the limestone, but they're not gem quality. You know, they're not gemstones themselves. They just seem to be crystals, but they're not quartz crystals. They're not calcite. They're not. They look somewhat odd. But you know, records of his guild of stonemasons say that there are crystals which are valuable for enchanters. So, given that he doesn't know what they are, they might be those. And he would like to find out, because they're no real value to him, but if they're valuable to somebody else, then he'd like the money. Right.
I understand.
I mean,
But it looks like a trip to the Castle of the Flame then.
Yep.
Sounds
Oh,
like
that is
so.
the right name, isn't it?
yes. Oh, well, he wasn't going to ask you to go there. Dangerous. There's lots of wizards there. He just thought you had a tame wizard.
Unfortunately, that's where our tame wizard is at the moment.
Oh, right. Well, are you willing to risk it?
I am. I don't know about the other.
Oh, remember who you're talking to. Danger's
Always.
my middle name.
I think your middle name is Rash, but that's besides.
Okay. Well, in that case, he
You might notice a slight shift in Kyūryū's personality recently, because his player has stopped drinking, so he might not be quite as reckless anymore.
Okie doke. Is he going to be as murderous?
There's a difference between murder and manslaughter. When you kill someone by accident, it's called manslaughter, not murder.
Right.
In this
right,
part of
right.
the world, it's not going to make any difference.
No, I know. But for the audience, I did not mean to kill that man.
Okay. You were just going to chastise him severely to win an in.
I was just trying to
Fortunately,
smack
he was
him
using
in the head.
metric.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, Matsuro will be honest that he hasn't the faintest idea how much he should pay you to travel up there and find out for him. Would you be willing to do it for a silver each?
Yeah.
I mean, it is dangerous. He hasn't the faintest idea how much he should pay you for travelling up there, because it is dangerous. Would you be willing to do it for a silver each?
Well, I am.
I am.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Kosa.
Is Kosa willing to do it for a silver? Or is Nick away from keyboard at the moment?
I don't think you can hear it.
He probably is.
I'll just type him a note. Nick, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Hang on.
Oh. Okay.
I think that answers the problem, doesn't it?
For the audience, what happened there was I said something. Nick's image lit up, and my voice came back at me, and the same things happened. So I think Nick is having problems with his Discord. It sounds
Can
to
you
me
hear
as
me?
though we can hear you now, Nick. Yes.
Alright, okay, yeah. So,
I can't.
Can you hear him at all, Tim?
No.
me too. That's funny, because I couldn't hear you.
I should try disconnecting and coming back on.
It's very strange.
Right. As I said, you didn't hear me say, I think 2 silver apiece would be a more reasonable consideration, because as you say, it is dangerous.
Well, you are our esteemed leader.
1.5 silver he'll offer each.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to insist on sticking to the 2, I think.
Hang on a second. What does he think of that? Let me just see whether he believes he's being gypped. He's not willing to go above 1.5.
Don't forget, we do already have some contacts at the house on the. We do already have some contacts at the house on the rock.
I thought we were going to the Castle of the Flame.
Vessel of Flame, sorry. Vessel of Flame. Be confused. So I'm likely to.
Okay.
To get somewhere.
Can I have a wit roll from you, please, Kosa? Oh, damn.
Probably.
Yes.
Close.
Is that enough?
Yep, that's enough.
Okay, in that case, you do manage to persuade him, and he will go up to 2 silver ahead.
Yes.
No, 2 silver apiece. Not per head, okay? He's very clear on that. He did hear the tale last night, and how you got 1 gold per head from the daimyo for. Okay, so in that case, he will give you one of the crystals to take with you, and stick the rest of them back in his cabinet. And do you have any idea when you might be back?
I don't know how long we get there and back.
1 second. I will move you to the North Kyūryū, okay? So that you can do your estimate on the map.
6 on the main road, isn't it? 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, say 6.
Well, you were actually taking about 2 days, because you tended to get
days,
about
yeah.
there, and
Yeah.
then make it the rest of the way.
2 days each way.
Plus a day then.
Plus, they're probably going to keep us waiting out this wizard's like.
I thought you had contacts, he said, starting to think again about what.
Yeah, I know, but they don't like to be rushed.
Okay. All right. In that case, well, he hopes that you are successful and they are extremely valuable, and they'll be willing to pay lots of money for them.
Let's hope so, indeed.
Okay. Good luck.
So,
Okay. So you will head out onto the docks. By the way, you are all wearing your winter garb, I would imagine. It was a very cold night last night. Doesn't look like it's going to be much warmer today.
What winter garb?
Do you not have winter garb?
Going up into the hills, aren't we? So.
I don't think I have winter garb, you know.
Well, you issued with it to begin with. Have you?
You've thrown it
I
away.
think-
You can carry
It's
it
not
on.
on
Yeah, I
my
think he sold it at the
sheet.
start.
Yes, I thought he did.
And you could've
Well,
got bloody
in
gold
that
then.
case, you're not feeling too warm, I'm afraid,
Yes.
Kyūryū.
I can wear armour over my clothes.
It doesn't help you feeling any warm.
Okay, well I'll put my straw raincoat and straw hat on as well.
All right, that's going to kind of get in your way to some extent, and you're going to look rather odd.
Oh, okay, so maybe I'll just be cold for the day until I get some new winter garb. I thought I had winter garb and I don't remember selling it.
I remember
I do.
somebody
I
selling
do.
their garb.
Did I sell it? Right, fair enough.
I
think
think you sold various things at various
Yes.
points in time.
Get your weight down.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm hard, it's fine.
So, do you wish to buy some winter garb before you leave town?
How much does it cost?
Oh, to you a gold.
Shut up.
Okay, so in town, peasant winter garb will set you back 10 copper.
That's fine. I'll buy one set of peasant winter. So was it peasant garb brackets winter, is it?
Peasant winter garb.
Oh yeah, see it's there. Okay. And I'll make that worn. Which is the first X, isn't it?
Yep.
So I'll take that X off. And I'll take that X off and put an X in. No, so this. Wait, which one's carried? That's baggage, so. Oh, ignore me, I'm just tidying up my sheet.
Yep, that's fine. Well, you tidy your sheet up. Don't forget, you can always leave stuff behind.
Tell me if that looks right, Dave.
Well, at the present moment, you're wearing a set of peasant garb, set of peasant garb town, and a set of peasant winter garb.
I've took the town one off, I think.
No, you haven't. Oh, sorry. You got peasant garb town.
So now I should be wearing underwear, geta, and peasant winter garb. Is that right now?
1 second. Let me just correct this.
Oh yeah, have I done it in the wrong place? Sorry, Dave.
Yep, no problem. I'm used to people messing up my spreadsheets.
Thanks for tidying it up for me.
Okay. So, at the present moment, you should be wearing your underwear, your gaiter, and your peasant winter garb. I suggest you leave your peasant garb superior back in one shoes. So, put it in the dropped column.
Okay, thank you.
And then you're unencumbered again. Just another couple of coins. Righty-ho. So, you set out, having visited Matsura. So you'll be setting out mid-morning.
This is the 13th.
This is on 12 Kikuzuki.
Oh, still 12, okay.
Yep. The month for which you have the license for your shuriken.
Mm-hmm. Still don't own any or have learned to use them, but I have a license.
Jolly good. So, you make your way down to docks. And... both of the ferries are on the far side of the river at the moment, so you have a short wait until one of them comes back. Arrives on your side.
Do you know how many crystals Sura's got?
Yes. There were
just
5.
So I can tell them. Just 5, okay.
Yeah. You've actually got it written on your loot list. 5 times crystals from limestone.
Okay.
So... Fine. The guy in the ferry is waiting. You looking for passage?
Yes, we are. Indeed.
Yep.
Okay, 2 copper each.
We're on one shoes business.
Okay, 1 copper each. This isn't the guy you usually use. He's a... Okay, you cross the river. Do you? Let's roll percentile. Something goes awry. How bad is it? Medium bad. Okay, halfway across, one of the Rollicks breaks, and it takes you an extra half hour to get over to the other side, and you drift downstream while doing it. So you come ashore off the off the normal track, and it's going to take you a little bit longer to make your way back to the Saikaido.
Okay.
But don't worry, he won't charge you any more for that.
I think not. Oh. Or maintenance.
Well, it's all these people he's having to carry at reduced rates. If he had the money to maintain his boat properly...
I know, it's a hard life.
It's a hard life. So, you make it back to the Saikaido, but you're not going to get as far today. You're actually only going to get to that side of the Twin and camp for the
As a
night.
matter of interest, does anybody have any commerce or anything similar to that in the group?
I believe a deathly hush fell over the assembly.
Yes.
Well, if anybody's with the merchant caste, they should have it.
Not me.
No. Nobody.
No.
You get it automatically as a merchant.
Yeah, Asakura is from the same farmers and
Farmers.
yes. I mean, the elderly farmers have commerce because they're kind of bargaining with the merchants to sell their crops. But starting out, you just get taught the basic farming.
You don't be.
So, you do not have any problems in actually reaching south of the Twin Inn. The day passes reasonably. It is a cold day, and there are storm clouds overhead, but they don't drop any rain.
Drop snow instead.
Possibly. Not today, though. You could probably make it a bit further and stop at the Twin Inn if you wanted to.
No, thank you.
That was
You left your superior guard behind, of course, yes.
I brought me matches.
What sort of attitude is this from someone who's aiming to become Book eventually?
Hedging my bets, that's what I'm doing.
I see. So if you burn down the Twin Inn, then the Inn of the Willows will become even more exclusive.
Sounds good to me.
Jolly good. Okay, you wake up the following morning. The temperature didn't drop down too low last night. It feels a little bit warmer today. Not that much warmer. But the dark storm clouds are still there. You head north, going past the Twin Inn, and let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as far as that is concerned, you are all going to have to push it. Asakura is going to be flat out. He's going to be going twice his BMA, almost, because you're going up into the rough terrain. Okay, but you do manage to make it, even though just after you leave Shinguru, the heavens open, and for the next 2 rai, you are drenched. So as you're going up into the hills, and the wind starts to get keener, you are starting to feel cold and wet. But you make it to the castle of the flame, and they recognise you by now. You are just ushered straight in. One of the students takes you across to the visitors' quarters, and while another one walks with you, inquiring what your business is at the castle. Do you wish them to fetch Ichiro from his studies, or are you here for some other reason?
Please.
We
would like to speak to Ichiro.
Okay. He will check and see what he's doing today. Is he in a class? Yes, he is actually in a class, so he won't be available until the evening. So you can see him at the evening meal. However, they will take you to the visitors' quarters, and you can use the hot baths to warm yourselves up. And if you've got spare clothing, you can put your dry clothing.
Excellent.
Okay. You are summoned to the evening meal. Ichiro is delighted with you. He is overjoyed with what he's learning here. His masters are so thoughtful and considerate, and teaching him and giving him all sorts of things to do to improve his skills. If you listen to him, basically it looks like he's being used for drudgery, but he's been convinced that it is actually helpful in learning the basics of meditation and such like. Yeah, typical managers exploiting their workforce. Anyway, he inquires what your Have you just come here, dropped in to see him while you're passing by?
That was part of the reason we came, but we...
Oh, he's delighted to see you.
We have some interesting crystals.
Really?
We've been asked to... Yes, we've been asked to find out whether they're magical, I believe is the term, or whether they're of any use to you, Kinzo.
Oh, well,
Sure, or who we should speak to.
he's certainly willing to have a look at them, you know.
Yeah. I've brought a sample with me.
Okay. You produce the crystal, and Ichiro kind of looks at it, apologizes for the fact that he is going to temporarily send his spirit onto the astral plane to perceive. Yeah. Unfortunately, there must be something about that crystal because it's interfering with his ability to do that. And could you kind of put it a little bit further away? No,
Oh.
no. There is definitely something hindering his magic. He thinks he'd probably
Maybe
better
the
get
crystal
one of
does
the.
have...
He'd probably
maybe
better.
the crystal does have some power then.
Well, that's what he
interfering
thinks.
He's hopeless with me.
Well, rolling 2 19s, yes, he totally failed to do what he wanted to do. But 2 in a row, it must be something about that crystal. So he will get one of the senior masters to look at it tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. That'd be very
But
good.
yes,
Thank
he
you.
thinks you're probably right. There is something about that crystal that affects magic. So you spend the night in the guest quarters. Are you going to have to leave us, Doc, or are you still with us?
Yeah, I have to.
Okay. All right. Well,
Best of luck.
there's not a lot more we can do at the moment, anyway. But if we get into a combat situation, then I will halt things until you return. All right. You have a good evening, and we'll see you all being well next week.
See you next week.
See you.
You see you next week.
Yeah.
mate.
Okey-doke. So, you spend the night in the visitors' quarters, and you can hear the wind whistling round the castle. If it wasn't for that fire, then you can almost feel the cold outside. But the morning comes, and you're still in one place. And after breakfast, Ichiro takes you to see one of the masters, and he will explain the situation that you have brought a crystal that you believe might have some sort of magical powers, and it seems to be stopping him doing his magic. The sensei kind of looks slightly concerned at that, and asks if he might see the crystal.
Of course.
Okay. Let's see. So, first of all, let's have a magic. Fair enough. Let's have a magic power roll. Good lord! It is interfering! He pushes it further away down the table, and then tries again. And succeeds. There's something very strange about that crystal, but yes, there are certainly tales of crystals that can be enchanted with various spells and incorporated into weaponry and armor and such like. And samurai are very keen to have this sort of thing, even if they're generally not willing to admit it openly. You know how they are.
It's very valuable.
Yes, so... have some value.
Well, it does have
Some
some value, not a lot, obviously, because the enchantment is the thing which really takes the time and the cost. Does anyone have commerce?
Yes, I do.
Mori the NPC does. I think.
Mori's back in Nobeoka.
Oh, so he is, yeah.
Don't you say you think you might have some expertise, Kinzo?
I certainly do.
Nice.
Okey-doke.
I'll let you take over. Let you take over negotiations.
In that case, would you care to make a commerce?
Well, after I've... Sensei, you might like to know that these crystals were found quite close to where there was an Aruburu Kami.
Really? You mean that there is an evil influence over whoever enchants? He says, not batting an eyelid. That, of course, would make them less valuable, wouldn't it, my son?
I would buy 3.
Yes, but that was such a blatant misstatement that you can add your wit saving throw to your commerce roll as well. Did you make the 2?
Make it by 1.
Hey.
Fair enough. Yes, you do not believe that for an instant. And you are able to point out the error. That was a blatant attempt to misstate the case, rather than an honest commerce roll. Okay. He settles down and has a quiet chat with you and will explain, all right, fine, yes. They have come across records of those. They have dealt with them in the past, and they believe that those are probably worth in the realm of 5 or 6 silver each.
How many was there?
Thank you very much for that.
Hang on a second. Okay, do you want to make your commerce roll?
Again?
No. The first roll was to kind of see the blatant misstatement that he made and call him on it. You got to add your wit saving. So you made that and you kind of pulled him up short. So he is now proposing that they're worth about 5 or 6 each, and you believe him.
You think that's an amazing price?
Yeah. He's being open and honest. You know, that seems a reasonable.
It was a very reasonable price. However, they're not actually ours. They belong to the to a merchant called Matsura. So we'll have to go along and get his okay for it.
Okay. Well, willing to give you 5 or 6 for the. He's willing to give you 6 for this one. It does look a reasonable quality, and if there are any more that he's willing to sell for that sort of price, then send them back up.
Okay. I'll accept.
Okay, he will give you 6 silver. And send you off.
Okay.
Right. Well, in actual fact, that didn't take very long at all. Apart from him screwing up his first magic roll. So, if you wish to set off, you can.
Sounds good to me.
We're just going back to Masuro, yeah?
Okie doke. Again, it's a cold day, but the skies are clear.
It's a good job we've had our clothes dried then, isn't it?
Ooh. Yep.
I'm going to have to buy a second set when I get it.
It might be worthwhile.
Oh, it is worthwhile. That way I can wear the dry one rather than the lightweight summer which I'm wearing. Well, I was wearing.
Okay.
what's that you just wrote?
Righty-ho. Right, so you are heading back to Shinguru, and you're just leaving the hills when you hear a slight commotion in the trees off to the side of the path. Do you wish to wait, investigate, or what?
What do we think, boys?
I think we'll wait. I think.
Wait. Go.
Listen, yeah.
Fair enough.
Stop, stay deadly still so we can listen better.
Could I have D20 rolls from Asakura and Kosa, please?
I'll roll for Asakura.
Roll a D20 for Asakura.
Got it. 14.
Okay. Kosa, you've heard this sort of thing before. You think that might be wild boar out there?
Yeah, sounds a bit like a boar to me, lads. I think we should leave it to it. I think we should just hurry on our way.
I'm not interested in hunting boar.
Yeah, it's dangerous, there's no point.
No. Fair enough. In that case, could I have definite? Sorry, let's see. This is going to be speed saving throws from everybody, with a -3 for Kyūryū. And tell me your effect numbers.
-3.
Yes, you're wearing armor.
I'm on 20, so that's like it.
Well, I've rolled a 17, so that's a 20.
Oh dear.
What a terrible rolls.
Yeah. Oh, Kinzo with a 15 as well, jeez.
So the quietest one among you is actually Asakura.
I've been just standing there watching us all fall over our own feet.
Okie doke. So, now that you've trodden on those kind of nut kernels that you hadn't noticed on the path. Oh, God. Thankfully, the wild boar don't actually notice you above their own noise. So you do manage to sneak past without actually attracting their attention. Mutter, grumble, grumble. Okay, so
really
you
wanted
make
us
it.
to have a fight there, Dave, didn't you?
Well, I thought I was going to get one, but a 16, no, definitely not. Okay, so you make it to north of the Twin Inn, and you can stop there for the night. So avoiding boar way, despite treading on nutshells. Okay. And you get to camp out. And luckily it isn't that cold a night, and it's dry, so you don't actually get to make health saving throws in the morning. You wake up the following day, 15 Kikuzuki, and again it's clear skies. There's a moderate breeze from the southwest, but it looks like it's going to be slightly warmer today. So, you head on south, past the Twin Inn. Kinzo fingers the matchbook in his pocket. Slight technical error there. And you make it back onto the Saikaido. And hang on, wrong dice. I should have rolled that one. Okay. You are stopped and checked by a bunch of guards at the river bridge, but you are passed across, even though Asakura's got his bow concealed in his back. Okay. You make it down to the river, and both boats are on your side. So you go to the boat that you with the guy you know best, who accepts your 1 copper apiece, and you make it. Do you make it across all right to Nobeoka? There's a possibility things will go wrong. Nope, you make it across safely to Nobeoka. Okie doke. And presumably you're going to drop in on Matsura.
Yep.
Yes, we will.
Tell him about the wonderful price we've been offered for his crystals.
Oh, 6 silver. That almost pays for my costs in sending you there. Is it worth me sending you back with the other 4? 24 silver, and it's going to cost me 8 silver to get you there. 16. So it's only 16, so that'd be 30. So I'd make 14 out of it. Well, it obviously isn't dangerous going there, so I'll pay you a silver each to take the others there. Okay?
So, has he already paid us the first silver? Because I've not added that to my sheet.
Well, if you only want a silver for the first time, then yes.
What was it? Sorry, was it 2 silver for the first
2
time?
silvers.
2 silver.
2 silvers.
Thanks to your party leader. But obviously it didn't take very long, and it wasn't very dangerous, so he'll offer you a silver apiece to take the others back and so on.
Okay, I'm a generous man, but he's a nice guy, so I'll do it for
Yeah, happy to do that.
Okay. Okay, he will pay you your 2 silver and accept the 6 silver you got him. So he's out 2 silver for the journey, but he will give you the other 4 crystals to take back. Alright?
Okay.
Right. And it took you 1, 2, 3 nights plus tonight, so knock off 4 food. So if you want to just knock off 4 copper for that, up to you.
Well, I got the chance, Dave. I'll buy a second set of winter gear for 10 copper.
Happy
Okay.
to just take it off 1 copper, yeah, it's fine.
So when we get back Kinzo, we don't really want to accept any less than 6 silver apiece.
Well, 6 was a good deal, Kinzo tells you. It's, you know, that he bargained hard. You know, it was a good deal.
Okay. I don't know any better.
Well, you don't know any better. And Kinzo is certain that it was a good deal.
Okay, I'll leave it in your hands.
And Matsura doesn't know any different.
Yeah.
Good.
No,
Everybody's
that's
happy.
actually why Kinzo accepted the offer, because you don't know any better.
Yeah. Everybody's
If no-
happy,
if
especially
no-
the
if no one knows any
especially the
better,
stranger.
everyone's
Well, the
happy.
Shugenja's delighted.
The stranger's delighted he'd got him at a cheap price. Some peasants have turned up with something valuable. We'll buy it off them for next to nothing.
Well, that's fine. Okie doke. So, let's see. So, you spend the night at One Shoes. He's interested to hear what you've been doing. You went where? That's a dangerous place, that is.
It's a great place.
Nice
Doesn't
place,
look like
got
it
hot
to
baths
us.
and everything. And when you turn up, they invite you in, give you a hot meal, hot bath, everything.
By the way, you can all add 1 to Castle of the Flame status.
Nice.
Flame status.
Is it earn status you added to?
Yes.
Okay. Nice one. We got 2 there.
Okie doke. Useful if you ever want to try and learn anything. So, are you immediately setting off again?
Quick question about that status, that stat then, Dave. So that number going up, does that mean we've now got an easier role when we want to convince teachers at that school?
Well, your status at the Castle of the Flame, your group status there is 12.
Yeah.
That means your status BCS there would be 2. In other words, you need to roll 2 or less, plus any modifiers to achieve something.
The answer to your question was no.
Right.
Yeah. So, if you can get your group status up to 15, your BCS will go up to 3.
No, I don't mean does that going up by 1 increase it. I just mean that in general, getting that number up is going to change that. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you increase your group status, then it improves your chance of getting them to agree to.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a good thing.
It is a good thing. So at the present moment, so Kyūryū at the moment has 19 group status at Moving Waves, so his status BCS there is 3. Adding another 1 earned status would move it up to 20, putting your BCS up to 4.
So just 1 more there makes a difference.
Yeah. Okay, so the following day, which is 16 Kikuzuki, again, heavy clouds, strong breeze from the south, and it's going to be a cold day again. Wind chill factor's not good. So you head to the docks. You decant another copper each to one of the ferrymen. And then I get to roll in a strong breeze from the south, which doesn't actually have any effect because it's up the river. So you make it across the river quite safely. You don't end up downstream, no rollicks collapsing. And the day passes relatively peacefully, and you restrain Kinzo as you pass the Twin Inn, and you can camp out in the hills again. The heavy cloud persists overnight, the temperature drops, but it stays dry. And the breeze drops a little bit, but the following day is marred by showers. Only light showers, so you don't get totally soaked, but it's pretty miserable. It's cold, winter, whatever, and you head up the road towards the. Yep.
Okay, guys. Kosa says I'm inclined to actually hang on to one of these crystals personally, so I'm quite happy to chuck 6 silver into the pot, pay for the money that we would have sold it for.
And
unless anyone's got any objections.
Well, what's your thinking for keeping that? Like to have it made into a magical weapon or armor later on down the line?
Yeah, I think they're interesting. I just think it's an interesting item. Something I've never seen before.
Well, the way he was talking about how they're used in enchantments for armour and weapons really intrigued me as well. I wouldn't mind hanging on to one as well if that's the case, if that's an option.
Right, do you want to stop there in the middle of the woods, decide to keep them all and just chuck the money in for Matsura and then return?
How many is there for?
There's 4 left.
Anybody else want one?
Maybe
Anybody else want one?
I think Asakura might well consider one embedded in the pommel of his wakizashi might be useful.
What do you think, guys? Should we just keep these?
Kinzo, are you interested?
I don't think it's very good, but yeah, I'll take one. So we'll all chuck 6
So-
silver in the pot and we'll turn around and
We'll
go
chuck
back.
silver in, but well, yeah, we'll have to try and go back. We don't want to get back too quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you going to camp out there, or are you going to return to the Twin Inn?
We'll return to Shinguru and stay in that inn there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good idea.
fair enough.
Okay.
You make it back to Shinguru, dampened and cold, but otherwise not too bad. And you stop in the inn. And does anything happen in the inn overnight? No. Innkeeper recognizes Kyūryū. Nods politely.
I will nod even lower than he does, very politely. And if we're staying in this inn, it'll tip well. Because of that asshole from last time. I still feel bad about that guy. It's not my fault, I know, but... Yeah, so... whatever it costs to stay in this inn.
It will cost you... There it will cost you 3.
3 copper.
Yep.
Right, okay. Can I just give him a silver and get 20 copper change then? So I'm giving him 10.
Well, you give him a silver, he gives you 27 copper change.
Okay, well I'll give him the 7 back.
He asks why.
I just feel bad about what happened with that idiot that was here before.
Well, why? He said you'd pay his bill, and you paid his bill.
Yeah, but he should never have done that. He should never have been running up a bill. He was not my friend. He's tricked you. He's taken advantage of he's taken advantage of your kindness. And although I've paid the bill, I shouldn't have. I'm out of pocket for paying the bill. I still feel bad about you. The man's taken advantage of your kindness.
He is extremely confused. He doesn't know what I'm saying. The bonds was quite open and convincing, and he was a holy man. He certainly enjoyed his sake, but there is nothing wrong in that, providing it's not to excess. And he certainly didn't seem to be suffering from drinking it. Okay.
That man is
basically,
not all he seems.
This guy does not seem to think that there was anything wrong in what was asked of him.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell him that man is not what he seems, and he's a trickster. And I'm his victim. And you've been caught up in his ploy. You've been part of the ploy. He's tricked you into thinking that I was his friend, and he's had all that drink, which would have been on the house if I wasn't a good person to come back and pay the bill that isn't mine. So I feel bad for you. I'm trying to compensate you for the hassle that this trickster, who is pestering me, has brought to your door.
Okay, you are trying to persuade him. Just trying to see what skills you've got. You have 1 BCS in Bushido, so add that to your wit saving throw, and so that's effectively gives you a BCS of 6. Roll against that and see whether you can persuade him.
No.
Okay, fine. No, you can't persuade him that anything that this guy did was wrong. So he seems fixated on the fact that everything's okay. All right.
Okay, well, I'm still only taking 20 copper back from him. He's still getting a 7 copper tip.
Okay, he doesn't understand why, but if you are insisting, he will make sure that you get best portions, etc. Extra straw for your sleeping tick. Fair enough. So you travel to the Twin Inn. So you travel towards the castle, stop, turn round, going to keep crystals, and stop, in, Shinguru.
I was just moving the token so I could read the name of the village from my notes.
Okie doke. So the following day, you wake up and clear skies. It looks like it's going to be a nice warm, well, a warmer day. Wasn't as cold last night, and it's going to be a warmer day today. So how far do you want to travel today?
I'll be on the 18th today.
Today is the 18 Kikuzuki, yes.
What
We want
say
to make sure that
reader?
we get. I want to make sure that we get back at roughly the time we would have got back if we'd gone all the way to the castle.
Well, if you travel to Anatawa today and then travel to Nobeoka tomorrow.
Okay.
Okie doke. So are you travelling to Anatawa today?
Yeah,
Yes, we will. Yeah.
I would say so.
Okie doke. Righty do. Well, you get to there, and there's a tree fall. You can see it on the ahead.
Sorry, you can see a tree across the road.
It looks like a tree's fallen across the track. Yes, you can see it ahead.
Be
Oh,
on your guard.
you ready for bandits then?
Yes, so be on your guard.
Yeah, I was going to say, do we see any people up ahead where the tree is like a jab of people that
No,
can get past it?
no, you are travelling through a tree area.
Yeah.
Just there, which and obviously one of the trees affected by the wind in the night and fallen over.
See how suspicious everybody is of a tree in the road. We've all played far too many of these RPGs.
So, are you going to just continue on as if you were, while being totally aware of everything around you?
No, we're
Yes, we'll travel on. Slow down a bit for a while and be very cautious
going
looking
to
around.
slow down and be looking around everywhere, yes.
Have Asakura ready his bow.
I was going to say yes.
Okie doke. So
Happily to it.
he will remove the bits of rope wrapped around the ends, string it, and have it hooked over his shoulder. Yes, yeah. Or just have it swinging casually by his side. Yeah. Okie doke.
Might put them off
I
if he sees
think
that
that is probably a good time to stop for the night.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
How
Well,
It's a bit of a giveaway that day.
How
Well,
convenient!
there is only 10 minutes left to
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
And it is dangerous kind of climbing over trees. You might catch your cold winter garb on it and tear it.
Yeah, we've
It could take some time.
dexterity or deftness checks to make sure we don't trip over a tree, of course. We'll save that for next week, eh, Dave?
Yes. So
Everybody- I don't intend climbing over it. I intend going round it if I can.
Okay, in that case, I think best leave it until next week, and we will proceed from there next week. Everybody okay with that?
Excellent.
Certainly. Thank you very much, gents. That was great fun.
Yeah. thank
Despite
you,
the technical
Paul.
difficulties.
Yeah, well, unfortunately,
Only minor.
British high-speed internet leaves a lot to be desired sometimes.
It was only minor, but all good. Yeah, thanks for another great game, gents.
Okie doke.
Thanks, Dave.
So,
And
what have you
thank
done
you,
this
Dave.
week? You haven't quite managed to gyp him out of... No, you haven't actually gypped him. Taking money under false pretenses, would that be it? Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see.
Even that's arguable.
He's getting the money he expects, which is essentially
his
two
money. He sold them for the price he was selling them for. He just happened to sell them to us instead.
I suggest when we do get back to Nobeoka, it's probably a good idea to not flash the crystals around.
Of course, we're not wearing them on our like stuck to our foreheads or anything.
Word getting back to him.
Yeah.
Not word getting back to him by one shoe.
That's a good plan.
It'd be a bit difficult to explain.
We won't be mentioning it to One Shoe or Uncle.
Righty ho. In that case, I will say good night to you. Have a good week, everyone.